I hope you are all recovering well from the super full moon that we just had. After going through that wave, I decided that I wanted to talk today about feelings because I'm not sure about you, but for me, lots of different feelings came up after this full moon in every department of my life. And so it got me thinking about what feelings are, and they're basically just emotions. And feelings and emotions, we don't really get to choose how we feel, right? Like you don't get to necessarily choose who you're attracted to or what your likes are. I mean, you don't even get to really choose like what scent or taste you like. Like these feelings, these sensations, they're a personal experience that is organic, it's natural, it's a flow within us that it just is. And so it's hard to navigate our feelings. It's hard to live our life when we have these emotions that get in the way. And oftentimes they take over. They're always in our mind and on our heart, and it can be distracting. But feelings are also basically like our guidance system, right? It's our intuition. It kind of guides us into that doesn't feel good, that feels great. It shows us what brings us joy and what brings us hate and anger, and just shows us a little bit about ourselves. Our feelings and our emotions, kind of are, dictate, what we decide to do with our lives. So feelings and emotions are really great tools. They help us show us a lot about ourselves, of how God made us and how we operate. Now, another thing about emotions and feelings is, I know I said that, we can't choose what we feel and what we like, or emotion-wise, but in a way, we also can use the tool of feelings to actually bring forth things that we do have joy and love. Okay, so like in your meditation space, when you're connecting with your heart space and sending the breath into the heart and sending love into the heart and letting it amplify, and then bringing in another emotion that you haven't experienced yet, like something that you want, something like that trip to Costa Rica, or that job that takes you traveling, or that home with the creek, or like whatever it is that you ultimately want. You can feel into what the emotion feels like. Just imagine with your heart space, amplifying your heart with the breath in this space, and feel what it would feel like to have what you want, to have that first class ticket to that place, to have that job that you always wanted, to have them meet your match, feeling what that would feel like. Now, bringing in the emotion and using it as a tool will deliver in your physical reality. So it's really cool how like feelings are not, they're not this thing that we have to look at as like, oh, I'm over consumed in this sorrow and sadness and anger or whatever it is, or even bliss, like I'm too high on life right now. Like we don't have to have our emotions control us. We can use those emotions to control what we want in our future, right? So use your feelings and emotions wisely. Like, and I'm not saying don't get angry, don't get sad, be depressed and anxious once in a while. Like, it's part of your experience. Don't dwell in that space, but go through your process. You can't just ignore that you're sad. You can't just ignore that you're really pissed off. Like, you have to go through those emotions and process them. But then on the other side, now that you know what those feelings feel like, you can bring in that joy and bliss in your manifestation work, right? So emotions and feelings, they really can be a beautiful tool if you use them correctly and we just work with them, but don't let them devour you.